Hey guys, it is good to have you all back. In this episode, I want to talk to you about an exciting opportunity that we've recently listed. It is in Liverpool, and you may be asking, why have we chosen to list stock in Liverpool? And there are a multitude of reasons. So what I'm going to do is jump straight in and give you the facts. Now, I'm going to try and condense this video, keep it nice and tight. We'll be able to share all this documentation with you in the links later, and you'll be able to do all your own research, take your own time. I'm going to try and compress all of this research and reading into 10 to 15 minutes. So bear with me. Here we go. I'm going to minimize my view, get my face out of the way. Let's open this up. So some of you don't know where Liverpool is. Liverpool is a small suburb, well, not so small. It's a suburb in Sydney CBD, or in Sydney. Sydney CBD is here. This is Liverpool City. Now, Liverpool's a very active city. It's got a great framework. It's got really good bones. You've got a hospital, you've got universities, you've got your Westfields, you've got schools, a main key train station, lots of connectivity. But what's exciting to me is the future prospects for this city. So let's jump into that. Now, if you haven't seen this, it's so important because when we're investing in real estate, we're buying things for the long term. We're buying it for the 5, 10, 20-year vision. And the government, New South Wales government, has created a document to outline their vision for Sydney City. And this is how they see it. Where basically there's three main CBDs. You've got Sydney Harbour, you've got the Central City, and then you've got the Western Sydney City. And then you've got these little satellite cities of Greater Penrith, Macarthur, Campbelltown, and Liverpool. Now, this little video articulates it well. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I'll get you to stay with me for 1 minute.
A growing Greater Sydney needs a plan for its people, great places, housing, jobs, transport and services. The Greater Sydney Region Plan establishes 3 cities built upon our diverse landscape, each unique but connected. 3 cities that will boost our economic, livability and environmental qualities and support Greater Sydney's status as a global city. This plan coordinates population growth with improved or new infrastructure, such as rail, roads,
critical
schools,
for investment.
and health services.
Critical.
The new Western
Population growth
City
and
will be
investment.
key to Greater Sydney's future growth. Home to well over 1.5 million people by 2056, adjacent to the Blue Mountains, Nepean River, the Western Sydney Parklands, and a revitalised South Creek. The Western Sydney Airport and surrounding Aerotropolis.
Super duper important. This got a lot of media attention once it was released, but it's simmered back down. Land releases happened out in Western Sydney. Property prices out there, land went from $650 to $1 million very, very quickly. Now, I mean, not everyone out there has $1 million to go and spend, but we have other opportunities, so we'll continue.
Supporting tens of thousands of jobs. Greater Penrith, Liverpool, and Campbelltown Macarthur will be the university.
We'll be focusing on Liverpool today.
Supporting health and education precincts. The Central River City with greater.
Okay, so as I was saying, there is a massive plan to roll out infrastructure to support job growth, population growth. They want economic development, and within these cities, they want to spend money on education, healthcare, and livability. Let's keep going. So as we're talking about Liverpool, one of the critical things when we are looking at any investment is population, investments in infrastructure, and then employment. So we're going to talk about some of that today. This is a report that's provided by the Liverpool Council, and it's saying a couple of things here. Western Sydney Airport is transforming the region. The government is going to be spending $5.3 billion, and the airport will be operational by 2026. So in 5 short years, that area is going to change tremendously. It's going to create the jobs greater than previously thought, with 11,000 direct and indirect jobs during construction. That's whilst it's under construction. The roads, the actual airport itself, and then 28,000 jobs supported by 2031. That's when it's operational. That's a tremendous amount of business and people that are going to be able to live locally, or will want to live locally, because they're going to want to not travel so far from work. 30 minutes really is the maximum. People travel an hour, but 30 minutes comfortable. Talking about population growth, this is critical. State average 1.6%, and in the Southwest Sydney corridor, it's 2.3%. So it's growing very, very quickly. This is the Aerotropolis. It's talking about how the Aerotropolis will evolve over time. But the opportunities for growth in Liverpool are as follows: advanced manufacturing, aerospace, agribusiness, obviously building and construction, education, healthcare, social services or social assistance, professional services, retail, tourism, and transport and logistics. Lots and lots of jobs are going to be created. You can see here, these are the main providers of those services over there: Liverpool Hospital, UNSW, University of Western Sydney, University of Wollongong, and then we've also got TAFE in the city. Now, what this map is trying to highlight is it's trying to simplify the way the city is going to evolve. They're going to create this 15th Avenue. So just keep that in your mind. And it's not showing well. 15th Avenue goes up there, and it's going to cut in through to the aerospace, or to the Western Sydney Airport. And they believe that it's going to take 20 odd minutes for people to get from the airport to Liverpool. Absolutely critical. Now, this is what they're talking about, the aerospace precinct, which will be within the airport. You've got Northrop Grumman. This is a massive agency from America. You've got Australian Space Agency. And then you've got the Institute of Aerospace Studies. So lots of jobs going to be provided for because of that airport. We'll keep on going. Tourism is massive. Tourism is a huge opportunity. I mean, obviously, when the airport lands, there's lots of people that are going to be able to fly in for international and both domestic. And then this is what they're talking about, the agribusiness. Effectively, we're in a unique position to feed the nation. China, India, and Indonesia demand our food, and there is a huge amount of consumption which is going to keep on increasing. Because the Western Sydney Airport's just there, Liverpool is servicing that city, or that airport. There's going to be a lot of economic development as a result of that. This is what we're saying about it being a logistics and export hub. You've got 60% of the world's population will be within 14 hours of Western Sydney Airport. So it's going to be a great logistic hub, and specifically Liverpool, because of its geographical location. You've got the airport, but then you've got these main M5 and M7 motorways, which give it instant access to the eastern seaboard. We will go. This is what they're talking about here. 14 million people connected by freight. Very, very interesting. That's Liverpool and its accessibility through the main road networks. We will keep on moving. This is that rapid transport corridor that we were talking about, and they're also doing southwest rail extension. So they want to increase the rail line connectivity from the Western Sydney Airport through Bringelly, and then connect it into Leppington Station, and then eventually connect it in through to Liverpool here, Liverpool CBD. Again, that rapid transport network. Now, I keep on saying rapid transport network, but I'm not showing you what it is. Hold on to that thought. I want to just give you the quick overview on all the investments being made there. Western Sydney Airport, you've got the Western Sydney Infrastructure Plan, Moorebank Intermodal, the Council City Infrastructure. So this is them spending money on the council, gentrifying it, making it look nicer. Holsworthy Barracks, Southwest Rail Link, which we spoke about, and then the Liverpool Hospital with the $740 million upgrade. So lots of cash being spent on the city. And this document here, it goes into a great level of detail to explain all of that. The jobs, how it's a connected city, and then the fast facts about population and everything else. So I'll share this with you. You can go through it in your own time. Government provided documents. This is a quick video about what this little rail line is, a fast track.
Liverpool City Council is taking the lead in next generation smart transit in time for the new Western Sydney International Airport. 15th Avenue will be a fast, green transport spine, linking jobs to the airport and connecting Liverpool with the world. Next generation smart transit combines the comfort and speed of rail with the convenience and adaptability of a bus. We're working on new technologies with leaders in Australia and around the world. This smart transit corridor will connect Western Sydney International with the Liverpool City Centre in style and comfort. It will also connect existing neighbourhoods through linked bus and shuttle services, walkways and cycleways. 15th Avenue will be the parkland gateway for international visitors to Australia. Next generation smart transit will help connect people and nature with the airport. Closer to Liverpool, fast smart transit will encourage a new style of living, connecting.
Basically making it faster and easier for people to get in and out of the airport and Liverpool CBD. Very important, lots of job creation, accessibility, massive opportunity. Okay, let's carry on. We've spoken about a lot of this job creation. We've spoken about that as well, so we can keep on going. Now, you're probably thinking, well, where specifically are we investing? There's two key sites. I'm going to show you one today in detail, and the other we can talk about another time. This site here is Memorial Avenue. We are sharing the listing with another agency, the Elders. We are close friends, and let's go and show you where it is. So here, Memorial Avenue. It is a small townhouse development, and that's the exciting part because we're able to get in, get some land content, and pick up these townhouses for about $750,000, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 1 car. And from where the site is, you've got 2 bus stops, one going in, one going out. You're about a 10-minute walk to the park. And just so you can see, from Memorial Avenue, you are about 10 to 12 minutes to Westfield, Liverpool. Oh, there you go. 8 minutes. And then you can also head in to the train station. Oh, didn't show us that. Okay, 13 minutes into the train station. And then from Liverpool train station, you are about 50, 60 minutes into the CBD. And there are some express trains. So lots and lots of accessibility. One thing, quick note, if you are going to go out to Liverpool, it is gentrifying. It is getting much, much nicer. It is essentially Parramatta, 10 or 15 years ago. So it's a tremendous opportunity out there. And I would say go visit the paper mill. A lot of fun, very, very cool. It's like you're at Alexandria Grounds. Now, I said I was going to be 10 to 15 minutes, but it's taking a bit more time, so please bear with me. You can put it 2 times speed, and the video will go a little bit faster. These are the prices. We've got half of them left. I really like Townhouse 4 and 8, large internal space, large external space, and they're the same price as the other townhouses. And if we go in, you can see, I'll show you from here because it's a little better. This is 4, this is 8. You've only got one neighbor. So it means that, you've got good outdoor area, plenty of green space. You're only sharing one wall rather than 2. They are the biggest internally. They are the biggest externally. You've got north facing this way. So you've got east and west. 2 great townhouses, 750K. Now, looking at the rentals, there are not a lot. There really is not a lot available. At the very low end, I'd say $480 per week, but these are newer and better. They're bigger, 2.5 baths rather than 1. So I'd feel comfortable saying that we'd get probably 500 to 550 is probably accurate. It's 560 we're stepping into the 4 bedrooms. So let's just go maybe $530 per week. And we're going to walk through this cash flow together. This is the fun part. So 750K, we've got some purchase costs, stamp duty, transfer of title, conveyancing fees. I've put in a 10% deposit plus your costs, and there's some loan costs in here. Very, very rough estimate on what would be for lender's mortgage insurance. Some of you may not need to do that. Okay, I've put $530 per week, which is $27,000 in income per annum. I put interest-only loan at 3.5%. So your rent covers your interest at nearly $24,000. But then we've got rental expenses, agents' fees, letting fees. We've got some rates, insurance, maintenance, and body corporate, which is pretty cheap. It's only a small complex. Your net out-of-pocket position will be just under $5,000 per annum. So $4,700 divided by 12, $400 per month. I know some people that spend more on a weekend drinking. Then we've got depreciation of the building, depreciation of the fixtures and fittings. They're the loan costs. So for this property, we've got total tax deductions of between $40,000 and $50,000 over a 10-year period, 50 at the start, and then it gradually gets less because of that depreciation. Now, if we assume that you are on $100,000, you're going to get some tax back. You're going to get $8,500 back as a rough estimate, meaning if you've paid $4,700 out and you've got $8,500 in, you're positively geared $3,800. Not bad at all. If we assume a 6% growth rate, we put CPI at 2.5%. Over a 10-year time period, this property would be worth about $1.3 million. And without paying down any debt, keeping it interest only, maybe rewriting a loan and moving it around to different banks and being an active investor, you'd have $658,000 worth of equity. Not a bad little investment. Some of you want to go P&I, so I'll show you what that looks like. In that instance, you'd be out of pocket $18K, and you can see it's because we're paying $13,000 of the debt down. With the tax refund coming in, you're out of pocket $9,000. So again, very good, healthy cash flow. It's because we're paying down debt. $9,200 divided by 12, about $770 per month to pay down the property, which means over 10 years, you then have about $815K worth of equity. Okay, I said it was going to be 10 to 15 minutes. We got to 20. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'm sure you've got plenty of other questions. There is another site that we have in the area, similar price points. If you want to know more, reach out to the team and we will help you with that. Happy investing.